Welcome everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight we're going to be reading for twin flames for the month of January 2024. I actually had this whole presentation set up to talk to you and show you about Pluto. If you read the description box already, you already know that I changed my mind very last minute and have decided just to dive in and tell you what the transit of Pluto moving into Aquarius on January 20th of 2024 will mean for everyone, and then what it will mean specifically for those of you on the twin flame journey. So we know that the astrology is telling us that the meaning of Pluto transit on January 20th into Aquarius will be a very transformational period of social and technological advancements. And we can expect profound changes in how we connect, innovate, and address global issues. Now, how it's going to affect those of you on the twin flame journey specifically, I believe that the Pluto transit into Aquarius can and will have a transformative impact on all twin flame connections, and it will bring profound shifts, growth, and evolution within the twin flame relationship. This transit could catalyze deep levels, soul level changes, pushing all twin flames towards heightened spiritual awareness, expanded consciousness, and a greater understanding of our own divine purpose together. It will also inspire us to actually contribute to the collective causes and bring about positive change on a much larger scale. Overall, this Pluto transit signifies a period of intense transformation and potential for enormous spiritual growth for those of us on the twin flame journey. So I thought that would be a lot easier than going into all the astrology details with all the fancy words. It really just lets us know what is happening with this Pluto transit. I want you guys to know also, this is a once in your lifetime transit. This will not happen again for another 200 plus years. So it's a very strong impact on the entire world, but especially those of us on this very specific type of spiritual awakening journey, right? All right, guys, so I'm just going to jump right in, get started. Remember, we are multi-streaming on 3 different platforms. So I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. All right, I spent like an hour cleansing, going through all the cards. Hi, Diana. So I think I'm ready to go. We're going to start just like normal. I'm going to start masculine energy and feminine energy. I am going to swap cards around a little bit different than we normally do. I'm going to use the Heal Yourself reading cards for divine masculine and divine feminine. And then I'm going to use the Sacred Traveler for our bridging energy. All right, here we go. Masculine energy, we have Unleash Your Creativity. Rejection is coming out for feminine energy. And we have Victim Consciousness on the bottom. The bottom of the deck is going to be the overall energy that we're working on healing together, right? Victim consciousness is that energy that we think like the universe is against us, or a dark cloud is just following us. We don't tend to have good luck. It's that type of energy. It doesn't make it true. It just means that's what we're currently working on healing. It means it's what we're currently feeling. That's what it means. All right, so Unleash Your Creativity coming out for masculine side. I do see the tool in her hand. So it's this energy like, and you see how she's holding her head. So it's this energy, it feels like I have the tools, but I'm not sure how to use them. want to say that the rejection energy on the feminine side is throwing me off, but it's not. I always notice the cobweb on this card. And if you look like in the corner there, you can see the twin in the mirror. And it shows that cobweb. Like there's this stagnant energy attached. It's like something we can't brush off, something we can't cut or walk away from. I do see the clock behind her and the clock behind her. I feel like we've all been hearing the words divine timing, right? All right, so here is the bridging energy. This is going to be the current spiritual lesson. Remember, I use the sacred traveler. So this is your higher self, and we have a faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. On the bottom, I do see fogged in, go slow and take time. That could be part of the issue over here for divine feminine. We're so impatient. All right, so I've decided to use Llewellyn Tarot. To clarify. Start over on masculine side. We have 4 of Pentacles, holding on to something too tightly, scared to let something go. 9 of Wands. Don't want to give up. I see his arm in the sling. It's like something about fighting the hard fight. And of course, we have the Death card coming out, Llewellyn Tarot. And we know that the Death card represents Scorpio energy, first major arcana to come out. It seems like always, right? Is it just me or is it always? But again, Pluto energy, right? So most likely why we're seeing this card so often just in the last few weeks. Scorpio, of course, very strong in my own journey. So I think that's why I see the card all the time. But I do get this energy that there is some sort of death and transformation in a situation where divine masculine has held on for such a long time that it's like they're almost injured by whatever the situation is. I do feel like unleash your creativity has something to do with following purpose, but I do also get this energy like divine masculine's not sure how to use the tools they have gained. All right, let's look at rejection for divine feminine. We have the Page of Swords. That's the fear to communicate. It's also like the creepy stalker guy. So it's kind of giving me this energy. Like, I don't think that divine feminine is stalking anyone or like watching anyone. I definitely feel like divine feminine is just working on herself. But there is this energy like fearful to communicate. Remember, the pages are students, so they're never at their fullest potential. So it's this energy of like scared to move forward. We have 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is about patience, but it also says like you've planted some seeds and it's a time of harvest, right? And notice how, again, in 7 of Pentacles, just like the other tarot we were using the other day, but it's that energy of some of these pentacles are ready for harvest, but not all of them. So it's like this energy of something is coming in, divine feminine, and you're seeing it. Most likely it's this page coming your way, right? But it's like it's not time. It's still not time. King of Pentacles is here. King of Pentacles, be cautious of putting anyone on a pedestal for sure. But also it's like divine masculine energy. So it's definitely this, I'm getting responsibility, but it's about providing energy. We do have 4 of Wands on the bottom. 4 of Wands, of course, is union, financial security, a firm foundation. I feel like divine feminine energy, we're still working on us. There's this is impatience, but there's also like we're still working on us. So I'm not sure why we're impatient. I'm not sure if we're impatient because we're waiting for an energy or because we're waiting for ourselves to step up into this King of Pentacles. Like I'm getting this energy that we have someone on the pedestal and it should be us, right? Like it should be, or the divine, right? But it shouldn't be like the counterpart energy. For some divine feminines, I feel like it's about you stepping into your that role. I know it's King of Pentacles, but it's giving me the Queen of Pentacles energy. So like your own resources, becoming your own resource, taking control of a situation. All right, faraway places. We have the Priestess coming out, High Priestess. Remember, she sits at the veil, so it's about getting answers. So it could be that we're moving in the direction of getting more answers, understanding more of the puzzle pieces, being able to put those puzzle pieces together. We also have Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles says that we're going to get help, we're going to get assistance. And then the Fool is here. And the Fool is about taking the leap of faith. We also have the Moon on the bottom. It's very possible there's some fear here. I feel like there's fear on both sides, which is interesting because I feel like for the month of December, my lesson was definitely let your faith be bigger than your fear. Let's keep going and see how the energies work themselves out. Let's start with head, heart, and higher self space for divine masculine. So Scorpio came out pretty strongly. I'm picking up some Aries, Fool card. In the headspace for divine masculine, we have the third chakra. In the heart space, we have indecision. And then we have caring connection coming out for higher self lesson. The patience card. I feel like we're probably going to see this card often tonight. It does show again the clock, so definitely some divine timing. All right, so third chakra is personal power. So in the headspace, this divine masculine, I feel like it's supposed to be about cleansing the chakra and releasing anything, any blockages. In other words, like where divine masculine could be giving out personal power. But I think there's so much confusion for this divine masculine as to where his power is going. And it just could be just because of like the beating, the battering that this divine masculine has taken. I do feel like this divine masculine could be calling their power back. Most likely, it's almost like for like how it happened for divine feminine, where we were being asked to, spend time by ourselves, really be selective about where we were giving our energy or sending our energy. And it's very possible that this is what's happening for divine masculine in the month of January, which again kind of gives me so much compassion because it does give me this like quick catch up. We know how we always talk that the divine feminine leads the journey, and that's very true. But there used to be such a gap, right? Like there used to be such a gap in what Divine Feminine was learning and what Divine Masculine was learning. And it's like that gap seems, it's like each month that we do this. And I mean, I've been doing this every month for I don't know how long, but well, 3 years, I guess, right? But it's like every month we do this, the gaps get shorter and shorter. So that is really interesting to me. All right, so I'm using Tarot of the Sweet Twilight for Divine Masculine. So this is one of my newest tarot sets, and I will say I quickly became one of my favorites. It tells a story. It's kind of a sad story, but it's, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it, I guess. But it's a story about these lovers, and they're like superheroes, right? So it's like during the day they have to go out and fight crime, right? And it's like they can't rest. It's a constant, non-stop go until their twilight hours. And it's like that's when they can come and sit down and take a break, regroup, like recharge, right? Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. All right, so third chakra, I'm definitely getting this energy like masculine energy calling their power back. We have the Star coming out. It's bright hope for the future. We have Eight of Swords coming out. I do feel like there is some form of self-restriction that they're trying to break free from. And then we have the Emperor. So it's like they're trying to take control of that situation. But I do get this really strong, overwhelming feeling of new hope, new hope, planting a new seed and watering that seed. And that seed is going to have something to do with them being able to take control of a situation where they feel like there's no option or there's no choices. And that comes out in the masculine's heart space. So they feel like there's no choice. We have indecision. So indecision is actually a card that says there are two choices. But this divine masculine could be fearful of making any decision at this time. It's like they chose one path previously and they tried going down the path and it didn't work out for them. Things got sketchy or scary pretty quickly, right? So they come back to what they know and then they think, well, this isn't working still, so let me try something else. So they try a different path and they get halfway down that path and they get scared and they're like, man, this is looking sketchy. I'm going back. And the problem here with the indecision card for this divine masculine energy is that the faith is not bigger than the fear, right? So it's like they don't have the faith to keep pushing. It's like they want to be able to see something clearly. And again, I feel like if we just go back a couple of months in these, we're going to see that this card came out for divine feminine. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups coming out. I love this Eight of Cups in this particular tarot set. I don't know, it's just beautiful. Look how her hair is attached to that tree. So it's like having to walk away from something that you're deeply rooted to, deeply attached to. And there's great love here. Wherever this is about for divine masculine, there is great love. Like, look how he's holding his chest. Like, it hurts him to have to walk away from whatever that situation is. We have the Five of Swords. Not only does it hurt him, but it's like, see how her head is spinning? So it's like, not only does it hurt, but it's like, I may make the decision and then I change my mind a minute later because I feel like it's the wrong decision. Definitely some self-doubt happening, like fear of making the wrong decision. And then we have the Seven of Wands coming out. Seven of Wands says that there's something this masculine is trying to protect. You see how she's standing in front of the animal and look at the animal's eyes. It's like it's hurt or it's injured or it's scared. It's like she's trying to protect something. Just touch me. She's trying to protect something that's vulnerable, something that maybe like could be hurt if she didn't stand there. All right, let's look at caring connection. So this actually came out, I want to say it was for masculine energy. when we did the air signs last night. You guys, I know that we do these once a month, and I really don't share these out a whole lot when we do these. There's a reason for that. It's because it's easier for me to read for our collective energies when, I don't know, like when there's less eyes, less souls, less energies. It's still the collective reading, like whether they're here or not, right? But it's like, it's just easier. When I share out and there's like a whole bunch, it's like it can be like, I don't know, I get nervous. And then sometimes like I won't say something that I know I need to say, right? So it's like when it's smaller for me, it's just easier to do these monthly ones. But the interesting part is that I actually do this reading every single day. Like, remember, this is my journey. I'm on this journey. I had this spiritual awakening. I had this thing happen to me, and Spirit told me, like, helped me create the spread. I created the spread that we do every day. But Spirit helped me, right? And it does help me in my healing journey. But I find it, and somebody asked me a couple of days ago, they're like, how come you only do it once a month? It's not true. We actually do it almost every single day, almost every single live. So, yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. But Can Connection is higher self for masculine energy. And that card does say that, again, very specific card. It says these two people meet in a work situation, work environment. They make great, it's a team, right? It's a great team partnership. And it slowly over time grows into something that was unexpected. So it's telling me that right now, Divine Masculine could be learning about the twin journey, or at least the purpose. The purpose. So we have the Seven of Pentacles coming out. Seven of Pentacles is, again, patience. Patience, patience, patience. We have Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups says that this Divine Masculine is going to take time to heal themselves because, I mean, they're clearly injured. We've seen that. We've seen that, like one of the first cards. It's like they tried to do something for so long. They're coming out battered, bruised, right? But the Queen of Cups in the Tarot this week, Twilight, it talks about how it's unconditional love, of course, right? And of course, it is my clue card for Divine Feminine, but it shows that child in the background. And it talks about how this person has realized that she, of course, loves this child or whatever this child is to you, right? And it's like she loves this child so much that she's realized that she keeps telling this child to go away, or she keeps telling this child to be quiet, or she keeps telling this child she doesn't have time, right? Or she's not showing the child love and compassion and understanding because she can't show herself those things, right? So this card talks about how she's going to go learn how to love herself because she wants to be able to love those around her better. It is definitely the card that says you have to learn how to love yourself first before you can love anyone else. But it's also the card in Tarot this week, Twilight, where no one is telling her this. She's choosing to do this. So it's definitely giving me, like, for masculine energy, it's like they're choosing to do that. Six of Pentacles is here. Six of Pentacles is about getting help, getting assistance. Three of Pentacles is here. And Three of Pentacles is definitely more teamwork, more partnership. Aries and Aquarius coming out strongly for Divine Masculine. It's very possible that this heart message here, I mean, this heart space could be a message, but I don't know if you guys have noticed this in the last few readings. Um, it's not a message, it's what's actually being felt in that energy's heart space. And I'm not saying that like telepathy hasn't happened or hasn't been happening, but I feel like there's just much more, it just seems much more physical, 3D. All right, divine feminine, head, heart, and higher soft space, the garden and the gate, financial constraints, and the action card, blossoming abundance, is on the bottom. We're going to use this tarot set. Triple Goddess Tarot. I knew I'd get it eventually. All right, so Garden in the Gate is interesting to me coming out for Divine Feminine, because I feel like we have been doing that. So in the headspace, it's like we're finally coming to some sort of like surrendering energy, because I feel like when I was first being asked to spend this time by myself, I was really mad about it. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that, right? Um, at the beginning of the journey after Dark Night of the Soul, when I first started to come out, you know how when you come out of Dark Night of the Soul and everything looks like bright and light and beautiful, and everything tastes good and smells good. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you've been like to such a bottom that, you know, everything looks like gold when you're rising type of energy. So it's like when I was at that point, I just wanted to date. Like I just wanted to go out and meet people and I don't know, have a whole new life and a whole new whatever, right? Um, and I was definitely told to sit, you know, that I wasn't supposed to be out there like actively trying to find anyone, right? It was supposed to be like me and God, or like me and the universe, me and spirit, whatever label you feel comfortable putting there. But it's like it was just supposed to be me and God. And I just kept saying no. Like I kept going, nope, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not. I kept making jokes about how I wasn't going to buy 9 cats, right? And the funny part is here we are. Here I am, and not only am I here now, but it's like I'm comfortable being here. So I don't know if that resonates for you, if you resonate with divine feminine energy, but it's like I feel comfortable here, and I'm asking myself like, what took me so long? What took me so long to choose me and just sit here with me, right? Like I don't know, but I ran from it for a really long time. So Garden in the Gate, the card meaning says that we are locking ourselves up in this garden where we feel very comfortable, right? And it talks about how that gate is locked, but if you look around her neck, she's actually wearing the key to that gate. So it's like she can open that gate whenever she wants to, but we don't want to. Right? It's almost like we feel safe and protected. And it's almost too like we're following divine guidance. It's like we're being told to be very, you know, picky, very selective, right? Like really keeping our energies to ourselves. In the heart space, we have financial constraints. I'm not saying it doesn't have anything to do with finances. It most likely probably does for divine feminine, because we are at a point in our journey where our purpose is becoming I don't know, financially beneficial, right? So this is PLR, right? This is my twin journey. This is what I'm doing on my twin journey, right? This is my purpose, is to come out here and do these readings so that you guys can see that, you're not alone. You're not the only one that experienced this situation. A lot of times when this happens, one of the first things we think is like, oh my gosh, I'm crazy, or I'm the only one seeing all this stuff, or I'm the only one it's ever happened to, right? And we beat ourselves up saying these things, and then it's not true until we find each other, right? And then we find each other and we realize, like, wow, there's a whole bunch of us. But I feel like we're all, especially for divine feminine, it's like we've been focused on our purpose, and we're realizing that as long as we follow that purpose, everything that's meant to be ours will be. It can't pass us, and we won't go without as long as we follow our purpose. And I know some of you divine feminines are out there listening to me and you're like, that's not true, Rosa, because I've been following my purpose and then I will, go without something. And it's like, okay, but how much are you going without? And my question then is, are you giving spirit, or are you giving this collective energy the amount of work that you're receiving back, right? You see what I'm trying to say? Like, is it balanced? Is it equal? I know it is for me, and I know it is especially when I was following my purpose, but I promise you, like, spirit was having to drag me by my ankle. Like, I was just not wanting to go. And I could tell that financially it was working out that way. The moment that I dove in and was like, this is it, this is my purpose, I'm not going to let anything distract me, I'm going to go forward, I'm going to follow spirit, I'm going to follow my guidance, the monetizations came in. We're now monetized on YouTube. YouTube now pays me to do these videos and put these videos out, right? YouTube, well, they will eventually put ads on our commercials on our videos, and then will pay us even more. Facebook, we're monetized over on Facebook. Facebook now pays me to make videos and put videos out and do these live streams. So I'm just saying, the moment I dove in and became more consistent, and actually the more consistent I continue to become, I made this statement just earlier today. It's like the more I put in, the more I get back. And it's really that simple. Financial constraints can say that you feel like something's happening that you didn't prepare for, divine feminine. For higher self, we have the action card, and the action card does say that things are fixing to move, and they're fixing to move quickly. I feel like we're being asked to hold this space because we're fixing to receive something big. Remember, I kept saying, like, I felt like I was being asked to stay in my divine feminine energy. And here's what I'm going to say about that. Okay, regardless of what type of spiritual journey you're on, we all have divine feminine and divine masculine energies within us, right? So our divine feminine energy is our self, it's our nurture, self-care, it's that type of energy, right? And then masculine energy, I always say, is the fight and protect and provide energy, right? So everyone has that energy. The masculine energy is what makes you lock your doors at night. It's what makes you, I don't know, when you cook and put food on the table, when you're cooking, I guess that could be feminine energy. Now I'm gonna get yelled at. Somebody's gonna be like, it doesn't have to be. But it's something loving and nurturing that you would do for your family, right? So that's why I say it's feminine energy. But when you're, out there fighting for the food to bring it home, that's masculine energy. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female. But when I talk to us on this specific journey, I have a counterpart, like someone who came and awakened me, someone who came and shook my world so much that I had no option but wake the bleep up, right? So that's what happened. And most of you have that same situation. That's why you're drawn to me. So I kept saying that we're being asked to hold this feminine energy. And the reason I say that is because I feel that when we're on this journey, we swap back and forth. So when I'm working on my feminine energy, the counterpart works on their masculine energy. When I'm working on my masculine energy, the counterpart works on their feminine energy. That's how we're able to heal the whole soul. Remember, it's one soul. So the garden and the gate and the headspace, it's like we know that we're having to hold this feminine energy. And I feel like we know that we're holding it because we know something is coming in quickly. And I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't think it had something to do with our finances, right? I mean, it's a material situation. It's having the things that you need. All right, the garden and the gate. I love it. The Hierophant comes out. So the Hierophant is actually called the teacher card in the Triple Goddess Tarot. And you see how the animals are coming to her? How many of you guys are noticing the animals behaving differently around you, or children behaving differently around you? All right, let's see if I can do this without messing it up. Please don't show it. Please don't do that. Don't do it. I did it. Sorry, my bad. I got distracted. Animals, children, coming up to you, birds flying around you. I don't know, like just different, and it's definitely communication. It's like becoming one with the whole universe type of energy. But it is the teacher card, so it does tell me pay attention. If you're not noticing those things, pay extra attention. I even mentioned a couple of weeks ago that I felt like I don't know, I went outside and it was a really weird day. I felt like the energy was off, the vibrational energy felt different. And I seen like black crows. And I don't want to say that so people will be like scared of black crows. Don't be scared of black crows. And do a little research because the crows are actually there to protect us. But they do give us messages. And the interesting part is I kept hearing these crows just going on and on and on. And I was going out to my car and I didn't care. And I was like, I hear it, but I have to go run this errand. So I'm going to go run this errand. And the interesting part was I seen like 3 car accidents between me and going to run this errand, right? Or between the crows and going to run the errand. But I feel like I was extra cautious that day because of the crows. You know what I'm trying to say? It was almost like they creeped me out enough that it made me be, a little extra cautious. All right, so we have the star card coming out. I feel like the star card, look at that. Star came out in the headspace for divine masculine, and star comes out headspace for divine feminine. It is about bright hope for the future. We also have the magician. The magician is going to be manifestation. It's also as above, so below, as within, so without. Look at those 3 major arcanas coming out for divine feminine energy. All right, financial constraints. We do have 5 of Wands here. So 5 of Wands does say you're facing some challenges, some uphill battles, but it also says that you've trained. You've trained for the situation. They're not swords. They're not stabbing each other. 5 of Wands. You have the Sun coming out. Interesting. Wow, didn't see this coming either. You also have the Lovers. So the Lovers is my clue card for a twin journey. Okay, so you know how I always say that the Lovers meaning is not this fairy tale story about 2 people that come together and live happily ever after. Can you guys see that that's what these cards are saying? But anyway, um, it's not. The Lovers actually, if you look up the meaning in Rider Waite to the Lovers, it talks about the difficult decision that we have to make every single day when we choose to heal and love ourselves, right? So that we can become better partners, right? So that we can have healthier relationships. That's the actual meaning of the Lovers. But again, I use Triple Goddess Tarot, and I kept saying that for this card too. But if you look at this card, you see how they're like the cords, they're wrapping the cords around their hands. Do you guys see that? It's like this Lovers card is more about, yes, we went through some stuff, we took some time, we healed and we drew in the person that we were supposed to make this connection with, that we were supposed to make this, I can't think of the good enough word, like bond. That's the word, bond with. So whatever is happening right now that you didn't plan on, divine feminine, it's challenging, yes, but you've trained for the situation, and it brings, the sun is great happiness, fulfillment, and then Gemini is the twin journey. So here's what I'm going to say about this. I feel like we've been talking about reunion for, I don't know, months now, right? Here's what I want to say. Reunion is going to mean something different to each one of you. So for me, I feel like we're always in union. I don't think that we're ever not in union. Like we're one soul. It never is like there's not a half a soul here and a half a soul there, and we have to put the two halves together. No, like we're simultaneously here more than once, right? One soul. And I feel like when we go through this healing journey that we're all on, I don't know what the outcome is because remember, I'm on this journey too, right? But I do feel like Spirit is showing me clearly that it doesn't matter who this person is. It doesn't matter. Remember, this journey has always been about ourself and healing ourselves. Each person on this journey has their own purpose. Like my counterpart has his own purpose. His purpose is not to sit here and read tarot, although that would be fun and hilarious, right? And my purpose is not to go do whatever his purpose is, right? Like my purpose is to sit here and read tarot. So it's two different bodies, one soul, simultaneous incarnation, right? And it has its own purpose. So when we follow that purpose and we align with our soul's path, our soul's journey, I keep saying that it's like whoever's meant to be there will be there. Can I tell you who that is? No, I can't. Believe me, I want to know too, right? Like I want to know too. All right, let's look at the action card. It's interesting though that it's the lovers, right? It's not the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is also a partnership, but it's the soulmate partnership. It's the, the completion. Ten of Cups. But we didn't get that. We got Gemini, the lovers. All right, let's look at the action card. It says something happens and moves in quickly. So we have the reunion card coming out. This is actually the world card in tarot, but in Triple Goddess Tarot, they call this the reunion card. We have the Seven of Wands, again, having to fight for something, having to protect something. And we have the Eight of Wands coming out, quick information and sudden changes. You have the Four of Cups here. Four of Cups is manifestation, bringing something to fruition. So the higher self lesson, I mean, the world stands for an opportunity. And of course, it means reunion. Seven of Wands says we're going to fight for something. We're going to protect something. And the Eight of Wands says it's going to happen quickly. It's going to bring sudden changes. And the Four of Cups could mean that it has something to do with what we've been daydreaming about. See how she's looking out that window? And we have been in that energy, right? Definitely with all the Mercury retrograde, all the different cosmic influences that we have had has definitely had us, looking out the window, manifesting things. With Mercury retrograde, it's been more about speaking it into existence. Remember, Mercury retrograde goes direct. It goes direct, Mercury goes direct on the 1st. In the sign of Sagittarius, we have the Two of Wands here. Two of Wands says you have an important decision to make, and it may have something to do with traveling. All right, I'm just going to do messages, and we're going to use the Love Message Oracle. I'm going to do 3 from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine, and we'll do 3 from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. You guys see the bird? A lot of energy comes out for Divine Feminine. So many major arcanas. Taurus energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Capricorn. All right, here we go. Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. I remember the first day we met like it was yesterday. Your honesty and vulnerability scares me and allures me all at the same time. I bet it does. I like sleeping next to you. On the bottom, I love that I can be myself around you. I remember the first day we met like it was yesterday. For those of us that have counterpart energies, I feel like we don't forget it, right? It's very vivid. It does stand out more than any other person you met, right? And that's going to be, there's going to be a reason for that or a purpose for that. Your honesty and vulnerability scares me. And I feel like it's because Divine Masculine is watching us heal, follow our soul's path, work the journey. All right, let's do 3 from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. You're so different from anyone I know, yet you feel so familiar. I love you comes out. And you're the only one who manages to calm my inner beast. On the bottom, there's only you in my mind and heart. All right, guys, I'm going to close it out with the angels and ancestors. So we're asking our angels, ancestors, and spirit guides for guidance for those of us on the twin flame journey, January 2024. We have traveler, move in a new direction. Look at that. Remember the faraway places, get ready for new horizons was the bridging energy. And we also seen the Two of Wands, definitely made me feel like we have an important decision to make, and it could have something to do with traveling, definitely. We have Earth Guardian, stay rooted. And we have the She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. It kind of reminds me of the Unleash Your Creativity that came out for Divine Masculine. Here's what I'm going to say. Union is going to mean something different for everyone. And it really doesn't matter like what the definition is for you or for me. I think what matters most is what the definition is for like spirit or God, right? And union means that we're willing to work together, that we're willing to compromise, that there's compassion and empathy and understanding, and that everyone is the purpose is to heal so that we can raise these collective energies, so that we can heal the collective energies, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. That's going to be your January 2024 Twin Flame current energy update. I hope it was helpful. If it was, guys, don't forget to tap that like button for me. I'm going to come over and check the comments. I know I tried to stay focused the whole time so I wouldn't get distracted. And then I still ended up getting distracted. Willow 1337. I'm actually not gonna do any free readings tonight, guys. This is just our January 2024 energy update. But I do want to make a small announcement. I am going to be home tomorrow night during New Year's. I will not be going out and partying and getting drunk and acting crazy, right? So I think I'm gonna start a new New Year's I don't know, tradition. So I'm gonna be here and I'm thinking about um doing a live. I'm not really sure what time I'm thinking about doing that live. I would love to be able to stay up till midnight, but to be perfectly honest, I don't even know if I could stay up to midnight anymore. And I'm not sure if I want to either. I've always been this person where I always stayed up to watch the ball drop. Do you guys do that? And I used to tell people all the time, like, we have to stay up and watch the ball drop because it's bad luck if we don't. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm not really sure if that's necessarily true. So I don't know, but I do think that I may be doing a live probably about the same time that we always do. I haven't said it yet. So if you guys are new, make sure to have that notification bell hit to all so you can see it when we do go live. But if we do a live tomorrow night, which I do feel like we will, it will be a music and tarot night. So we will be playing some music. We'll have some readings, just a fun, chill, relax type of tarot night. And yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do. So keep an eye out for that, guys, and we'll do free readings then, right? All right, guys. I will see everyone very, very soon. Thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you so very much. And I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.